Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm Jessie. This is Playful Moon Tarot. So grateful to have you here today. In today's Pick a Card, we are going to be checking in with a chakra of yours to see what energy blocks or healing may need to occur. So all of those timestamps are going to be down in the description box below. If you'd like to book a personal reading, also the link to my website is down in the description box, as well as my Instagram if you're interested in my daily tarot polls. Those are all linked down below. Let's get into your guys' readings. Hello, Group 1. You guys were drawn to the third eye chakra card. And the angel that is going to assist you with unblocking and healing is going to be the angel of reflection. And what's funny, as soon as this card popped out, my guide was like, look at the number, and it's 15, which if you reduce that down makes the number 6, which is also the number of this card is 6. And so the frequency of the third eye chakra, the indigo flower of life, supports our intuition and our inner knowing, our imagination and our psychic powers. And the angel of reflection card does talk about following our inner knowing and getting more connected with our inner knowing. And so calling on the angel of reflection here are really going to help you to establish that connection and release any energy blocks. And also at the end of the reading, I'm going to be sending out some Reiki healing for anybody that wants it. And so let's see what the tarot messages are. But there's a sense of really you guys getting grounded and meditating. But let's understand why we're having a hard time getting connected. Okay, we've got the 3 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. So this tells me that you guys are really suffering some heartache right now. And there's almost, there's been a lot of conflict around you. And I'm hearing deceit, and that's made you question yourself. It's made you question yourself, question your abilities, question whether you can actually really trust your inner knowing. And so as I'm diving deeper into this message, the 7 of Swords and the 7 of Wands, there's just a lot of conflict around you guys. There's a lot of, I feel like for some of you, it was like an outer conflict that then became an internal conflict. And you started down this path of just not really understanding. And they're saying trickery and deceit. And so maybe for some of you, you guys really trusted a certain path, a certain destiny, a certain relationship, a certain situation, and you maybe trusted so much that when it came to an end, you guys didn't understand why, because you guys were so under the belief structure that this was really meant to be. And they're saying it was, but for the lesson of this. They want you to understand the lesson. Okay, so that's where, okay. So they're showing me the 2 of Cups, which is typically about celebrating like a relationship starting. This is kind of like the Lover's card in a sense. So this might have really been for some of you like a friendship or like a romantic relationship. And they're showing what normally would be kind of like 2 cups coming together and really celebrating this situation. What they're really wanting me to show you and emphasize is this lotus that's coming up is actually separating these cups. And so the reason for this separation is they're saying it's a universal plan. It was like a plan of the divine to have this situation come to an end for you guys. And it wasn't meant for you to it wasn't meant to break your faith in yourself. What they're showing me is that this is like a new cup that's coming in, but it has so much more different potential than this. Like there's definitely a reason why you guys separated. And they're showing me that like this flower is almost like a world or a gift or something. It's like a treasure that's going to be offered to you. It's just not the right time yet, but you will find it. And it's going to require you to go on a little bit of a solo journey for a while. Not that you can't be with friends, not that you couldn't date, not that you couldn't, still be a very social creature as humans are by nature. But there's a sense of really getting in touch, right? And that's why your third eye chakra is here, is that it really wants you to start to deepen that connection with yourself again, your inner knowing, okay? And taking time to meditate, going out on a walk, like they're saying for some of you, sitting down and closing your eyes and, that's not the way that you want to meditate. And there's so many different ways of meditating. Going for a walk and just being mindful of things on your walk. They're saying looking at flowers, looking at a tree, looking at a leaf, enjoying the squirrels or the animals that are running by you, wherever you are, however the landscape is, taking time to like mindfully enjoy yourself as you're out and having a meditation that way. Clearing your energy on a walk will help you to start to, they're saying, rekindle that relationship with your inner knowing, rekindling that relationship with yourself and trusting yourself. They're saying never let the trust for yourself and your inner knowing be broken. They're saying there was a reason for this situation just as much as there was a reason for it to come to an end. And when we get really clear about understanding the lesson, we're going to understand how to fill that cup again. And that cup is going to keep overflowing when we really get into those spaces where we trust ourselves again. And it will allow the journey to continue to unfold, is what they are saying. And so calling on your angel of reflection will really help. And I'm going to drop into a space and send out Reiki to anybody that would like it. So if you want to receive the Reiki, you can just say yes. My guide's going to start to work on that for me. Also, the crystal ally that came out is the watermelon red quartz. And so if that calls to you in any way, maybe pick up a piece of that or just through meditation, drop into the frequency of that crystal. And so I'm going to send some Reiki healing around your third eye chakra right now to remove any energy that is no longer serving you and to bring in some nice, fresh, new energy from the universe. So I'm going to drop into a meditation for a moment. Okay, group one, I hope something in that message resonated with you. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, love yourself, trust yourself, and believe in yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Hello, group 2. You guys were drawn to the root chakra card, and root chakra really sits down at the base of our pelvis and really helps us to ground and bring into existence what we want to see. And so the frequency of the root chakra, the red flower of life, stimulates passion and supports our sense of security on this physical plane, both in our bodies as well as in the physical world. And the angel that stepped forth to assist you with this is the angel of serenity. And what the angel of serenity wants to talk to you about is really finding space and peace in the rest, the resting. Yes, the root chakra is about doing, but there's that balance. It needs to be balanced, and it needs to be balanced out with gratitude, is what they're saying. Simply sitting in a meditation and in a gratitude space within your being will really help. You don't always have to be doing. And I feel like some of your guys' root chakra has been doing and doing and doing a lot lately. And it does need to rest itself. It does need to heal. They're showing me a garden, and it's kind of like you did the work and now you have to switch into a little bit of a rest phase to allow the work that you did to come to fruition, come to be, come to start to manifest. Yeah, I'm seeing a really small root chakra right now. So at the end of this reading, I'm also going to send out Reiki to anybody that wants it. And let's just get a little deeper into this message here with these tarot cards. There's definitely a sense that you guys just want to just charge forth, charge forth. I feel like you guys are trying to overcome a loss. And this could have just been a loss of an idea. Maybe something didn't work out quite how you wanted. Yeah, okay. So we have the 5 of Wands, the 7 of Swords, the 8 of Wands, the Knight of Cups, 5 of Cups, 4 of Cups, and the 9 of Swords. So these are some kind of challenging cards for you guys. And I feel like what happened is you guys were working towards something and you guys were putting a lot of energy into it. And it didn't quite work the way that you wanted it to. And there's a sense of loss and defeat. And it kind of left you feeling drained. You guys are feeling drained right now. Maybe that's why your root chakra is, I'm seeing like just a real small, because there's a sense that you guys still want to charge forth. You guys are still kind of on this mission. But whatever happened, it took a lot out of you. And really honoring how much you guys have overcome. Like your guides and my guides really want to honor all of the work and all of the effort. And they're saying it's not a total loss. They're saying you just need to pivot. Like in this card, they're just showing me, see how he's leaving some of those swords behind, but the swords that he's going to still take your ideas, still hold on to those things that really mean something to you, that you really want to bring into creation. But also understand that there's that cup that has that carrot in it. And my guides are saying if you take all of the swords, then there won't be enough room for the cups. And so they want you to take some of these swords with you, some of these ideas, some of the things you were working towards, but be open-minded and leave space for some of these new ideas that want to come in. Some of these new things need some space. And for these for these swords that you need to leave behind, it is sad. I feel like it is a real sense of loss. Okay, there's a real sense of, I could say some strong words right now. But it was meant to be left behind. It's meant to be left because it's going to, for whatever reason, and everything's going to be different for everybody, but it was going to get in the way. It was going to kind of stifle some of these new things. Because if you bring these two things together, the universe just keeps saying, like, the swords that he's going to take with him and that new cup is really what's going to start to bring life back into the situation. Because you guys did, I feel like you guys like fought hard for this, but what needs to happen now is there needs to be the understanding and the release in order to charge forward. And isn't that, when I held it up earlier, it caught my eye. But see how the river is flowing from here and then it flows down onto the bottom of this. See how perfectly those really align? They're saying let it flow. Let the energy flow where it wants to go and just co-create with the universe in a way that feels like you are in flow and that you're charging forward. And there's also that sense of serenity and rest and being able to balance these two things out and giving some attention to your root chakra so that it can get more into a state of where it can flow and help you bring in these new things. So for those that want it, I'm going to go ahead and drop into a space of meditation and Reiki. I'm going to have my Reiki or my guide start working on Reiki with me. For those that want it, just say yes. You will receive the Reiki healing. But I really feel like for most of you, it's not necessarily a block. It was a lot of energy put towards something that is going to come into creation. But there just needs to be a shift. Instead of it being all swords, there needs to also be that cup too. So whatever that is, it's going to be different for all of you. But be on the lookout for that cup, that new things. Take what's going to work with you. Kindly and lovingly leave the rest, even if it's hard to do so. But be open-minded and be open to that cup. So I'm going to drop into a space of meditation and send you guys some healing and refreshing and energizing energy to your root chakra. right, thank you so much for being here. I hope something in that message resonated. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, love yourself, trust yourself, and believe in yourself. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Hello, Group 3, and welcome to your reading. You guys are drawn to the Sacral Chakra card. And the sacral chakra really helps us to manifest what we desire. The lower 3 chakras really do help to bring in what we want: the root chakra, the sacral, and the solar plexus. And so with the sacral chakra, the frequency of the sacral chakra, the orange flower of life, supports our ability to flow with our desires and stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our life. And the angel that has come out to help you is actually the angel of grief. And so something in your life might have happened that is allowing you to move forward. It's not allowing you to move forward, not allowing you to really drop into those spaces and manifest the life that you really want and desire. And grief is something that we need to have give time and space for, right? It's not something, we can't heal grief in a short amount of time. And it's not something that we can even really say like, hey, I want to move on with my life. You gotta get out of here. Even if there's a sense of really wanting to move forward, sometimes we get really stuck in those spaces, and there needs to be a release from our body and from our emotional body. And let's see, one more here. Yeah. Okay. And so for some of you, I feel like this was a loss of a relationship. This could have been the loss of a loved one. There's a real sense of, so we have the Emperor, the 6 of fire, the 3 of water, the 7 of water, the Page of fire, the Queen of fire, and the 4 of fire. And I'm really getting a sense that, some of you really maybe just went through a divorce, maybe just lost somebody, because they're showing me that this is what came to an end. Whatever was bringing you stability came to an end. And they're just showing me really leaning on your community of the people that are left there that support you. Maybe you lost some people when you lost this person. This could also be a job or a friendship, but I'm feeling for most of you that are drawn to this reading, it is some type of a divorce, romantic partnership loss, community loss, or something around this as losing your sense of stability, sense of community, sense of friends, sense of your sense of being. And now you guys are really feeling the choices coming on, but I feel like these choices are also kind of holding you back because you feel like there's so many of them. You feel as if there's so many choices to be made. But when we're stuck in those grief spaces, it's really hard to understand how we're supposed to move forward, especially if we just did suffer a really big loss of the things that make us feel stable, make us feel whole, make us feel loved, make us feel seen, make us feel nurtured. And with these decisions, they're saying all of these decisions to be made in the sense that what's in each one of these cups. They're all choices that I feel like you have previously made, previously understood, previously thought about, even if you didn't act on it. But there's a sense of going on a completely different path, a completely different journey, choosing a completely different cup. And the reason that I'm saying that is they're just showing me as this Six of Fire here, which is the Six of Wands. There's a real sense that getting on this ship and going in a completely different direction, that's what's going to bring you like success, in the sense of starting to create the life that you really desire, starting to create the spaces in which you really want to continue to create. Creating a space where you feel loved, safe, nurtured. Creating a space where you can heal is also what they're showing me. They're showing me a room full of like plants and flowers, like a bedroom that's just like a garden almost too. So maybe going out in nature. But I think what's really important is the creating of the space for you to heal. And when you do that, they want you to think about like how an emperor rules their kingdom. When you start to create this space and go on this new journey, do it with a sense of ownership and this sense of pride, in the sense that you are being mindful and proud about the space that you are creating, and you know that you're following your heart's desires by creating this new space, creating something that you look back on that really leaves you feeling inspired and almost kind of like, wow, I made that. Like I created that for myself. Because there's a real true sense that you're going to kind of feel like a little bit of a novice at first, a little bit of that childlike energy of way of creating, which then really opens up for you this, and it is the queen, but I want to be real specific here. This is not a gender specific reading, male, female, however you show up in this world, however you identify, non-binary. But there's a real sense of ownership. Like, see how she's just kind of being lit from her heart space, but it's kind of the universe around her is lighting her up. And it is like coming from her and it is around her. But then there's like this shift of ownership. And then you realize that you create the light. You realize that you're creator and the creator of your dreams, of your destiny. And there's a real sense of that's where the pride comes from. Not necessarily in the negative way of the pride, being prideful and too, cut off, but just that sense of I made this, I created this. Being able to be joyful, rejoice in the things that you're creating. That's what they really want. And that evolution, this evolution of kind of going from this novice, not an understanding. I don't know quite how to say this in the best way, but we all start someplace when we're learning something new, or developing our craft for creating. And there's a sense that when that shift takes place, you guys are really going to feel, like a queen, like a king, like, the creator of your universe and of your reality. And the little crystal ally that came out was the little black agate. And so if that calls to you, and typically black stones are removers of negative energy, which really might be beneficial for you to have some type of crystal around you that can help absorb some of this negative energy. And what I mean by negative energy is not your sadness, not your emotions, but those spaces in which we allow it to grow, which hold us back. the stuck energy that isn't able to move, helping it to be able to move and get removed, and sending any energy that you don't feel like you can process up to your higher self is also going to be really beneficial for you guys. I'm going to drop into a meditative space and just send you guys some Reiki healing. For those that want it, you can just say yes. If not, no worries. That's the end of this reading for you guys, and I hope something in that message resonated. But I'm going to go ahead and send out any Reiki healing to those that want it. So I'm going to drop into a meditative space for a few minutes. Okay, thank you so much for being here. I hope that something in that message resonated with you guys. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, love yourself, trust yourself, and believe in yourself. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.